comes a new challenger.
HP maxed, side quests done, and the skill tree's fully unlocked. Let's get it on. Let's go.
Round one. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Waiting for the opponent to make the first move. Any developments early in the round will set the table for the rest of the fight. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Whoa, hold on. There's a punish counter. This can lead to something very big if they can capitalize. Opts for the throw. Takes a trip. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Goes in on the impact for nothing. All right, what's coming up next? Hold your breath. Punish counter. This could lead to something big. Heading into the... Brings out the super art. How's it gonna work out for them? Throws out a projectile. Gets Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Turns it up a notch and sends them to the corner. Sticks the combo. Brushes that off and keeps going. What'll happen here? A trade, but they're not worth. Oh, what is this? They can't squander this punish counter chain. Not much life difference. Knockdown and... Player 2 can't use any drive moves without burning out. Gets the cup, all the throw connects. Both fighters planning something? Player 1, impact counter! Oh, that is so sick! In there! Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? Strings it all together. Tries to throw, but doesn't connect. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? A battle of egos on display here as neither fighter wants to give up any ground. Player 1 with the life lead. They hit each other. Picture perfect punish counter. Sticks the combo. Well-timed corner switch. Thanks, bud. Life lead opens up. This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? Player 1 is gonna have to wait for that drive gauge. Can they stick it out? Who will capitalize on an opening first? This is a prime opportunity to end things, but they decide to play it safe. They take some time to back off and regroup. Ooh, what's this? What's this? Goes for it and puts them down with the impact. Player 2 with the first strike, but they can't get complacent. Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. They hit each other. Full SA meters on deck for both sides. This could be over. Brushes that off and keeps going. They return to center stage. It's a good spot to use the super. Level 3 super. Spending that meter like it's nobody's business. Player 1 will need to play it conservative until their drive refreshes. Controls the distance with a smart kill rush back. Both of our combatants are cooking up something. Player 1 is in a pretty good situation with a meter advantage. Raises with power wins! Time to reassess the situation. Goes for the jump in. Kill rush. Player 1 can't use it. It's a good spot to use the super. Ooh, they're gonna feel that. Here we go. What'll happen here? Jumps in. All the throw connects. Okay, here we go. Big throws. They're in range. We can hit the drive. Even the slightest hit may end the round. They can't afford any mistakes. Any mistake here is gonna be fatal. What's it gonna be? Somehow manages to block the jump in. 20 seconds left on the clock. Feel that pressure. They're running out of concentration building now that Psycho Cannon is out. Looking for a hole. Excellent read. What were they thinking? Closes it out. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Fires off in overdrive. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. Player 2 has been really leaning on that drive gauge. Counter hit throw there. Trips him up. Player 2 is in burnout. Drives off the table. Parries the attack. KO. Player 2 sets the tone with that win. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Round 2. Fight.
They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Spends the gauge on the drive rush. Player 1 chases them down. Taking stock. Jumps. Gets the jump in. Hit them with a 1-2-3. Genius read. Risky up-close scrap still going. Jumps up. What's the next move? Blocks the impact. Springs forward with the drive rush. Bends the needle. Hoping for a good return. Hammers them with a Psycho Blitz. Player 2 is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? Experiencing burnout. Player 2 needs to use their SA gauge to their advantage here. Were they baiting them into that? Noticeable life lead is a tough. There's a burnout. Both sides get drops them hard. No! Critical art now? Wraps it up with a throw. Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this one. Rushes in! The last round. It's now or never. You're mine! Nails it! Taking chunks out of each other. Anti-air in the clutch. Player 1 shoots their shot. Taps them on the dome. Fights back with authority. Okay, here. Wow, that throw did some juicy damage. Let's lose the power weight. Adds a bit of OG spice. There's the burnout. Gives the ring kick more fuel to the fire. Cover them up. First the reservation for the Psycho Chamber. That's an all-inclusive stage and comes in punching back. They can't get hit here. They're taking a step back to denies the jump in. It is over. Player 1 is gonna be.
Akuma. Zangief. Ryu. Comes a new challenger.
They're all fired up. we're almost underway.
Let us begin.
Hope you'll put up a fight.
Round one. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Checking their opponent. Deftly shuts out the jumper. The throw hits. Now the fun begins. Player one pushes the opponent into the corner. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. Goes for the fireball. Who's it gonna be? Misfire with a drive impact. Throws him down. What's the play here? Player two, oh! The move whiffs and they get nailed with a punish counter. Player two is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. KO. Player two picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round two. Fight.
Goes with the projectile for the opening shot. Parries the attack. Throws them to negate the block. Early round decisions are so important to set the tone. Things are slow going right now, but we may see someone speed things up soon. Brushes that off and keeps going. They exchange blows. The quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup? Going in? Our fighters are at a standstill. What's the play here? Both of our combatants are cooking up something. Player one can't use any drive moves without burning out. Oh, burnout triggered. Player one in dire straits with burnout. A quick breather. Super arts on deck for both fighters. How they approach this springs forward with the drive rush. Uses the gauge for a super art. Oh, is this it? Or are they still in this? They're not dead. This fight's not KO. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. The last round. It's now or never. Breaks the block with a throw. There's the impact. Not letting that go unpunished. Okay, here we are. Genius read with that throw escape. Player two needs to take advantage. Gotta do better than that. A jump. Barely blocks the drive, in fact misses. Player one needs to wait this out. Oh my god, they just choked it up. And whiffs, they're wide open. Player one is in burnout, goes to the air. Shrugs that off. All in with the rush. Gives the ribcage to DLC. Player two is on the brink of disaster. Cole tries to act quickly but whiffs the attack. Who will set the bait at this range? Nothing stops this train. Wrecks them. Escapes the corner. Noticeable life lead. Solid anti-air. Somehow manages to block the jump. Oh my god, they just choked it up. But oh my god, what a throw tech. It's time to bust this out. It is over. Player one clinches the win. But that could have been anyone's game. No way we could have called that.
Round one.
It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Long-range fireball to break the silence. Blocks the impact. The fighters continue to check each other in the early going. Early round decisions are so important to set the tone. Player two pushes the opponent into the corner. There's a corner switch. Throws him down. What's the play here? A dangerous range here. You don't want to get jumped on a long recovery move, or you're going to eat tons of damage. Both players have near empty super art gauges. Whoever can build theirs up first may have a big advantage here. Taking stock. Holds out with the block. The throw misses. Player two doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Solid throw tag. Delivers the pain right to the doorstep. Player two is gonna KO. Player one picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Goes for the jump in to start the round. Goes for the drive rush there. Things are slow going right now, but we may see someone speed things up soon. Going on the offensive? Does a good brushes that off and keeps going. Gold shot bends the meter, hoping for a good return. Sets it up. Goes for the Shin Shoryuken. They're willing to go all in here. Player 2 will need to play it conservative, springs forward with the drive rush. Player 2 in dire straits with burnout. The throw miss. Genius read. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. They were expecting that drive impact. Time to reassess the situation. Goes for the jump in. Player 2 opts for the critical art. Knockdown and burnout dissipates. All in with in there. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Here comes a new challenger.
Give me that drama, give me that grime. Are y'all ready? It's fight night time.
Let us begin.
I am the prize.
Round 1. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Tries to bait him with the projectile. Backs them into the corner. Any developments early in the round will set the table for the rest of the fight. Jump in finds the mark. All right. Opts for the throw. Just out of range for that throw. Perfect execution and gameplay nets our fighter a perfect round. Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened? Up, hold your breath. Punish counter. This could lead to something big. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Burnout activates. There's a change of side. Both fight burnout. Expect the tempo of the match to change. Getting that extra juicer with Kagero no Mind. Player 1 needs to use their SA gauge for their KO. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Final round. Who will the fighting game gods favor here? Player 1 couldn't even get a tickle in. Might be time for a change. Both fighters are lighting up the skies with Kagero no Mai. Going in, tries to act quickly but whiffs the attack. Delivers the pain right to the doorstep. Carried to the corner. This may be bad news. This is gonna hurt. Use their shot. Nothing stops this train. What's the exclamation? Super art to show them what our PhD and fighters can do for you. What's next? Player 1 still has a chance, but it's going to be an uphill battle. Here comes the corner, connects with the throw. Closes it out. That was a fight heard round the world. Yo, pop that. It's not over yet. Let's believe it's time for that run back. Medium kick. Both of them were ready for a throw. Checks him with the projectile. This fight is just underway. What kind of game plan do they have? Down to the wire. Okay, takes them all the way to the corner. Player 1 takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. Player 1 needs to deal with this, but adds a little super juice into this combo for more damage. Player 1 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. The jump in catches them. Throws them to negate the block. Does a good job of pushing back. Lets off a projectile to waste time. Ryu Enbu lights them up. Player 1 is gonna have to wait for that drive game. KO! Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. They get driven into the wall, breaking their guard. Player 2 chases them down. Going in, the big bang, the Chosen comes out. Player 2 has a slight life lead that they may sit on. A quick breather. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. This is the time to use fireballs to chip away at an opponent. Goes for the fireball, which is very strong at this range. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. Gets them, getting that extra juice with Kagero no Mind. But wrecks them. Experiencing burnout. Player 2 will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout activates. Life lead is there, but still anyone's game. Fights out of the corner, back to the center of the stage. No! Critical art now? Still alive? Still alive? Hanging by a thread! Just needs one final push! Excellent read! Breaks through with the throw! This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks.
Final round. Fight!
Tries to make something happen with an overdrive arc. The impact doesn't do anything. Oh, they're in the corner now. No running away. Both fighters are raring to go. Brushes that off and keeps going. Player 1 is on the brink of disaster. Oh, he breaks the enemy shield and gets that bug. The attack continues. Player 1 is looking at a crimson. Oh my God, they just choked it up. Connects with the throw. Player 2, stunned. They gotta get in there. Notice bends the meter and breaks the seal. That final push at the end paid off in spades. When you have a chance to finish things, you gotta take it. That was catch as catch can if you're gonna get in a fight.
Now, find a new rival.
Our fighters are ready to get down to it, so let's start the match and see what these warriors are capable of.
Let us begin. Round 1. Fight!
All right, first round. What's going to happen? The throw hits. Now the fun begins. Lots of aggression from both sides. There's a corner switch. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. With the forward throw, the battle in the corner continues. Oh, with the drive impact. Takes the chance to hurt him. Throws him. What's next? Knockdown. Player 1 is in burnout. Drives off, takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. At this range, many attacks can connect. The projectile connects, not giving the opponent any chances. Player 1 on the board first with a win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Going in with double reverse. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Good job blocking the jumping. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Both fighters want to establish themselves early on. Still slugging it out at this range. Throws them to negate the block. With the impact. Opts to continue the attack with the drive. Breaks the block with a throw. What'll happen here? Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. Breaks it! Experiencing burnout. Both fighters planning something, pumps the brakes on the impact. Goes for the invincible special. They were confident that would hit. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. The last round. It's now or never. Looks like they want to put a new spin on things with that fireball. Doing some quick planning? Which fighter will control the pace of the match early on? Player 2 will need to play it conservative until their drive refreshes. Psycho power goes boom! Knocked them out of the air. Player 2 with a slight lead. Ooh, what a smart blow. Shrugs that off. Looking for a hold. Torpedo drags him. Somehow manages to block the jump in. Burn out, but they may have a plan here. All the throw connects. What's next? Flush anti-air. Noticeable life lead. Dashes out the cage right there. Slices the gastrointestinal tract. Really put that ND and whooping ass to work.
This is the path I have chosen.
Player 2, they're just gonna go for it with the super. The big bad's here and ready to give you the hit. Oh, it's enough?
Well fought.
That was a fight heard round the world. Yo, pop that. It's not over yet. Let's believe it's time for that run back. Ooh, and look, uses their drive gauge. There's the drive impact that's going to lead to a juicy punish counter. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important here. Tons of drive and health to work with. Goes for the throw. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. They don't score the punish counter, but still get a nice hit in. Player 1 can't let their drive gauge run out. They need to find a way to reset the situation. Grabs them. Taking stock. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Player 2 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. How much damage can goes for the super art? Heading into the end game, will this super art connect? Takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. Uses the fireball. Devil's reverse. Plenty of space between the fighters. What will be their approach? Holds out with the block. Player 2 can't afford to get hit again, but still has a chance to take the round if the projectile connects, not giving the opponent any chances. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. The jump-in is denied. Hits them with a stop and bop. The jump-in catches them. Somehow pushes back all the way to center stage. Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna blink first? Pops for Shadow Rise. Smart play with the throw. They were expecting that drive impact. Goes for the fireball, which is very strong at this range. Blocks it. That's this combo hit, and we've got trouble coming. Shoku wrecks them. We're at a standstill, but we... Perfect execution with the anti-air. Player 2 is dangerously close to running out of drive. They're taking a step back to slow down the pace. Excellent block. Jumps. The drive impact doesn't work. Oh, putting the cherry on top. Psycho Punisher hits them. The engagement here will have a huge effect. Raw super art flatlines them. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Jumps in. Smart play with the throw. All in with a rush. Going in, brushes that off and keeps going. Chucks the fireball to continue their hold over their zone. Time to reassess this. Goes to the air. Links in. This may turn into a big chance. Player 2 is barely hanging on to their last bit of drive. A jump? Ooh, what a smart blow. Here comes the corner pressure. Sets up with the jump in. Oh, here we go. This can lead to some big damage. Both absolutely refusing to give up ground. Oh my God, they just choked it up. What's next? A perfect tech. Takes to the stomping on the skull. All the throw connects. High Basic damage calculation, no doubt about it. They are done. Player one clinches the win, but that could have been anyone's game. No way we could have called that. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Medium kick into, throws them forward and hits them with a stop and bop. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Well, they managed to escape the corner, but they can't make their guard down. Trips him up. Who's gonna make a move? Will they incorporate that full drive gauge they have into their game plan? Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Time to do some damage after that wall splat. All right, what's coming up next? Player 2 is almost dead, but can clutch drive move and brings out the super. Nice. Sees the combo through and takes the round. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Can't tech the throw. Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner game. Breaks their guard with the throw. Here comes the mix-up. Sneaks in above. Showing some real tenacity. Going in. The life remaining tells us we're halfway through this match. Opts to continue the attack with the drive. All in with a rush. Knockdown burnout. Expect the tempo of the match to change. Oh, burnout! Did they mean it? KO. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Manages to block the jump-in attack. Back fist combo hit. We got trouble coming. Brushes that off and keeps going. Super arts on deck for both fighters. Turning it right up with a super. Uh-oh. This could really tip the scale.
What's wrong? Get up!
Player 2 is on the and whiffs. They're wide open. Back dashes for space. Turns out. Player 2, the throw is denied. What are they gonna do? Meets them air to air. Oh, the throw connects. Will this super art do anything?
This is my chance.
Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible? Tries to act quickly, but whiffs the attack. Thinking it is over. Get that bank account ready because that fight was easy money.
A new warrior has entered the ring!
Oh, looks like these two have more beef than a Philly cheesesteak.
Let us begin.
Round 1. Fight!
All right, first round. What's going to happen? Parries the attack and lays on the pressure with the projectile. Any developments early in the round will set the table for the rest of the fight. What's the play here? Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. The move whips and they get nailed with a punch counter. The combo's there. Goes for the drive rush there. A dangerous range here. You don't want to get jumped on a long recovery move or you're going to eat tons of damage. There's a corner switch. Player 2 will be in a world of hurt if their drive gauge runs out. How much damage can they deal before the opponent's drive gauge replenishes? Decides to meet them in the air. Can't tech the throw. Takes a trip. KO. Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Player 1 chases them down. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick experiencing burnout. Player 1 going in with Devil's Reverse. Player 1 doesn't have a lot of got him up against the wall, and the stun is there. Both fighters are out of drive. Might be a good idea to back off, but they might try something here. Optimus taps the dome. Brushes that off and keeps going. Player 2 has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. Oh, burnout triggers. Both life and super hard gauges on closes with the throw. Hitting him with the smart stuff.
M. Bison.
That was a clinic on how a solid neutral game wins matches. Let's see what these fighters have up their sleeves out of the gate. Just goes for it to stop the opponent's flow. It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach? Player 2 will be in a world of hurt if their drive gauge runs out. The drive gauge is completely empty, meaning their ability to block is also weaker. Player 2 chases them down. All right. Very solid corner switch. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Oh, burnout on both sides?
Impossible.
Throws a fireball here, maybe as a simple zoning strat. Drive gauge finally recovers. Back to KO. Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Goes for the jump in to start the round. Throws him. What's next? Jumps in.
Not good enough.
Grabs him. Jumps. Sides strings forward with the drive rush. Player 2 goes for the head punch. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. Experiencing burnout. They're both drivers. This is gonna get messy. Uses the fireball to try and get a reaction. Devil's Reverse. Their life is hanging by a thread. They gotta lean heavily on their drive moves now. Charges forward. Gets the critical one. Even when the chips are down, they're still looking for a play to take this fight. Now they gotta think of a follow-up. Player 1 can't use any drive moves. Gotta play it safe. Carries them over with drives and back misses. Ooh, what a smart blow. What a finish. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. It hits the drive. It's time for both fighters to lay it all on the line. Devil's Reverse. The match just started. It's anyone's game. Solid anti-air. Not looking good. The corner's a bad place to be. Drive rush. Excellent block. How did they read that throw? Player 1 has the super gauge advantage. Impact squashed. That's a big gap. Who's going to close it? The throw whips. The drive gauge is almost out. Use them well. Devil's Reverse. Barely blocks the jump in. Both tries to act quickly but whiffs the attack. The pace of the round is goes for the head press. At the midway point of the round, they're taking a step back to slow down the pace. Cross-up attack. Gets the quarter step. Gets him with a Euro step. Nothing stops this train. Player 2 is looking at a grim situation with her fix up. Somehow manages to block the jump in. Genius read with that throw escape. Connects with the throw. What now? Looking for a hole. A real test of nerves here. The jump in, no hesitation or regret. Hits them with that NSFW. This is going to hit for a critical arc. You gotta imagine that this is not only gonna wreck their lifeblood, but also their nerves. The next punch burns out. Ugh, take a seat. Player 2 was... Our fighters are ready to get down to it, so let's start the match and see what these warriors are capable of.
Round 1. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Deftly shuts out the jump in. Starts with a jump in. Backs them into the corner. With the forward throw, the battle in the corner continues. Player 1 has them legit shook in the corner. Ooh, will they hit, whip, or even charge in? Tricky territory here. Decides to go in with the target combo. Grabs him, knockdown. Not having the cross up. Checks him with a projectile from up above. All right, what's coming? Gets him. Player 1 hits up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling.
Round 2. Fight.
Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Impacts a no-go. Player 1 did a great job of maintaining their drive gauge during that last round. It's going to be even more important in this next round to keep that up to help strengthen their ground game. Pressuring with cool fate. Player 1 can't use any drive moves without burning out. Big opportunity now in this corner. What'll happen here? Smart play with the throw. Jump. Ooh, the opponent thought they had the high hand with that air attack, but they're about to get crushed. Max SA gauges are looking to impress with this super. The big flex, the broken jaw, Shoryuken!
What's wrong? Get up.
Player 1 might, ooh, what a smart throw! Close range projectile. Dangerous range here. Can this drive bring them back? Oh, burnout! Did they mean to do that? Player 2 can't use any drive moves. What's gonna happen here? Closes it out! Player 1 is a force to be reckoned with. It's not over yet. Let's believe it's time for that run back. Shuts that down with a parry. Shoots off a fireball up close. The jump-in is denied. Plenty of time left. How's the match gonna play out? Not much damage dealt so far, but they may be looking for an opening to run with. Still slugging it out here. Jump in finds the mark. Sees it coming and blocks it out. Deftly shuts out the jump in. Can't tech the throw. Tries to get a breather with a projectile. No good up high. Grabs him. Was looking for that jump attack. Combo with the target combo. Throws them to negate the block. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Opts for the air-to-air encounter. Throws them. What's next? Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Finishes with the throw. Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling.
Round 2. Fight.
Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. The jump-in is denied. Good job blocking the jump-in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Both fighters planning something? Risky up-close scrap still going. Super on deck for both fighters. Expect to see some fireworks. Anti-air drops. Knockdown and... This is the time to use fireballs to chip away at an opponent. Sets up with the jump-in. Here comes burnout. Expect the tempo of the match to change. This tricep in there. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks.
Fight round. Fight.
Ooh, it looks uses their drive gauge. Jumps in. Oh, they're in the corner now. No running away. Plus anti-air. Plenty of health. Full gauges. Let's go. Keeps them out. Knocked them out of the air. Since they turned more fuel to the fire. Cook them up. Yo, knock open up the door. It's real. Got dudes coming for you with the clubs and steel. Player 1 adds a bit of de-spice them. Jump corrects them. What are they gonna do? Somehow flatline them. Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Brushes off the impact. It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach? Plenty of time left. How's the match gonna play out? On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. Blocks the jump in. Throws him down. Maintains composure and hold your breath. There's a punish counter. This can lead to something very big if they can capitalize. The throw hits. Now the fun begins. Both fighters will want to utilize what little drive gauge they have. Takes a trip. Grabs them. This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. Their life is looking critical. Very slick with the combo. Checks them with the projectile. Jumps up, fires off the KO. Player one on the board first with the win. He'll want to keep the pressure on. Jumps. The next round is beginning. What's gonna happen now? And a super activation. Looking to score some juicy damage. This is the kind of acupuncture you don't want, because one touch from Yatsu is damn near fatal. Player two has a slight life lead. Barely blocks the jump in. Player one is in a pretty good situation with a meter advantage. Hits them with a stop and pop. Player burnout. Expect the tempo of the match to change. They must have a game plan here with a critical art on KO. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Throws a fireball. Goes for the jump in. Grabs and throws him away. Goes with the safe stuff with that target. All the throw connects. Player one is in a very good spot now. Speed step. Player one with a slight lead. Will they capitalize? Reads the jump in perfectly. All in with a rush. Throws him. Jumps anti-air in the front. Shoots their shot. There's a drive impact. Plenty of health. Full gauges. Let's go. Connects with the throw. Oh man, this is a scary range. Pumps the brakes on the impact. Hits the drive. And wheel and whip. They're wide open. Can this drive bring them back? No hesitation or regret. Hit them with that NSFW. Oh, sends them a personalized telegram with that frightening critical. Can they muster up the nerve to fight back and take this round? Gets them in the air. Player two has got to be feeling good getting the win out of that absolute.
Terry, Ken, Blanca, Zangia, Rashid, Judy, M. Bison, Akuma, Ed, Marisa,